Is that real sweat?
It's real sweat. I'm a high performance athlete. Athletes sweat. Sweat, baby. Sweat, sweat.
You've got a fire burning deep inside, a spark in the dark where your dreams collide. They'll tell you to stop, say the road's too long, but your heart keeps beating to a rebel song. Take a step, don't look below. Every scar's a story, only you will know. The weight of the world can't break your stride. You're carving your name where the stars reside. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. The ground may shake, but your roots run deep. Every fall you take is a promise you keep. The doubters will fade, their voices will break, 'cause your soul's on fire and it's yours to take. Run through the rain, chase the endless fight. Every dream you claim lights a spark in the night. The horizon's calling, it's yours to claim. A warrior's heart with a fearless flame. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. Stand tall when the thunder roars, break the locks, kick down the doors. Every step is a battle won, your story's just begun. Oh, let it soar, forevermore, forevermore. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. So keep on climbing, don't ever slow. The stars are waiting where the brave ones go. You'll rise to the sky. Yeah, you'll rise to the sky. A legend in the making till the end of time.
MFR, it's time to go. Feel the speed, let it flow. Racing hearts, watch them glow.
with dreams so great. 2 races in, he hit the wall. Max Verstappen wrecked him, y'all. He thought he'd shine, but oh sweet son, Max chewed him up like a 2-day run. 2 races and a teardrop, that's all he got. 5 faster than a jackrabbit shot. Max destroyed another teammate. It's plain to see from Ricciardo to Lawson, he's a one-man spree. Daddy Rick tried with his big old grin, but Max spun him out, said I always win. Gasly and Albon, they took their turn, crashed and burned, oh how they yearned. Perez hung on till his tires were flat, now Williams gone, imagine that. 2 races and a teardrop, that's all he got. 5 faster than a jackrabbit shot. Max destroyed another teammate. It's plain to see from Ricciardo to Lawson, he's a one-man spree. Red Bull barn's a lonely place. If you ain't Max, you're out of the race. Liam packed his boots, said I'm done, I reckon. Max just smirked, next victim's beckoning. The pit crew sang, he's too dang fast. Every teammate's a thing of the past. Now Lawson's back with the junior squad, singing why'd I think I'd beat that god. Max's shadow looms so tall and wide. Another teammate's pride just died. From Daniel Pierre out of Checo too. Liam learned what we all knew. 2 races and a teardrop, that's all he got. 5 faster than a jackrabbit shot. Max destroyed another teammate. It's plain to see from Ricciardo to Lawson, he's a one-man spree. So here's to Liam with a beer and a side. 2 races down and a wide-eye try. Max keeps winning that Dutch tornado. Red Bull's second seat, a big oh no.
Kid with a dream, karting in the rain, built a winning machine. McLaren's golden boy, 2008 crown. Took on Alonso, never backed down. Mercedes called, he answered with flair. 6 more titles, records everywhere, from Monaco streets to Silverstone's roar. Lewis the king kept asking for more. 7 world champs tied with the greats. Fashion on point, he's owning mistakes. A night on the grid, Sir Lewis would shine. The go to the track, victory was his line. Oh Lewis, you soared, you won the fight. Race through the storm, a beacon of light. Every lap, every win, you carved your name. The world bowed down to Sir Lewis's fame. Then came Ferrari, red dreams in his sight. Left Mercedes behind, chasing Scarlet Delight. Maranello cheered, he's our savior, our man. But Spa's wet track had a different plan. I'm useless, he cried, last Saturday's scene. P18 in quality, where's the champion sheen? Ferrari's upgrades, more like a curse. Charles outpaces him, oh, that's gotta hurt. Where's that 2 red car? But the podium's far. Lewis, what happened to your superstar? Monza's falling, but the Tifosi side. Mate, you're struggling and wondering why. Oh, Lewis, what's this? You're losing the plot. Ferrari's red rocket ain't hitting the spot. I'm useless, you said with a shake of your head. Sir Lewis, so mate, is your legacy dead? Oh, slipping away. Oh, Ferrari's gone astray. He's still got the style, the braids and the drip, but the SF25's giving him the slip. Charles takes the lead, he's the Tifosi's pick. Lewis, you spinning, mate, it's getting thick. Hungary's walls, he knows tough fight. Your radio's moaning, this car ain't right. Zach Brown's laughing, McLaren's on top. Lewis, your Ferrari dream's starting to flop. Oh, Lewis, what's this? You're losing the plot. Ferrari's red rocket ain't hitting the spot. I'm useless, you said, with the shake of your head. Sir Lewis, so mate, is your legacy dead? Oh, slipping away. Oh, Ferrari's gone astray. You're still a legend, Lewis, don't you frown. 7 crowns high, you'll never come down. But Ferrari's red curse, it's a comical scene. Pick up the pace, mate, reignite the dream. Oh, slipping away. Oh, Lewis will rise someday.
Are you crazy? from Monaco's bright shore. Carded at 8, dreaming of something more. GP3 F2, he tore up every track. By 18, Sauber called, and he ain't looking back. He out and ran old Ericsson, made that Alpha sing. Ferrari saw a star, gave him red in the spring. But in 19, his boots slipped, crashed in Baku's tight bend, and his championship dreams, they're riding with the wind. Oh, Charles Lord Percival, where'd your trophy go? Pole-sitting cowboy, but your luck's running low. From Monaco's glamour to a title-less trail, your dreams done got lost in Ferrari's epic fail. Bahrain 19, you grabbed pole, nearly won the prize, but your engine sputtered, left tears in your eyes. Spine Monza, you shone, took the checkered flag, but Azerbaijan's walls, you hit them like a stag. Monaco 21, you claimed pole but broke down. Didn't start, left the Tifosi with a frown. And Abu Dhabi 22, you fumbled the crown's chase. Spun in France, and Ferrari through the race. Oh, Charles Lord Percival, where'd your trophy go? Pole-sitting cowboy, but your luck's running low. From Monaco's glamour to a title-less trail, your dreams done got lost in Ferrari's epic fail. 24 was your year, won Monaco at last. Monza and Austin too, you were riding fast. But 25's a tumbleweed, Ferrari's lost its spark. Sixth in the standings, you're racing in the dark. China, DQ, your car was light as hay. Miami, you spun out, aquaplaned away. Spain, you nabbed third, but McLaren's far ahead. Fans holla, Fred, fix this while you're crying in bed. Oh, Charles Lord Percival, where'd your trophy go? Pole-sitting cowboy, but your luck's running low. From Monaco's glamour to a title-less trail, your dreams done got lost in Ferrari's epic fail. 26th pole, son, but strategy's a curse. Silverstone 22, they left you in reverse. Monaco 24, wrong tires made the crowd wail. Your title's like a ghost, riding some lonesome trail. Did it roll down a canyon in a Tennessee stream, or get pawned in Vegas for a slot machine dream? Is it hiding in a haystack in a Texas barn, or lost in Monaco's harbor, tangled up in yarn? Maybe it's in Nashville, strumming on your guitar, or crashed in a ditch with your busted up car. Could it be in the Ozarks with moonshine and a mule, or just another hope that Ferrari made a fool? Oh, Charles Lord Percival, where'd your trophy go? Pole-sitting cowboy, but your luck's running low. From Monaco's glamour to a title-less trail, your dreams done got lost in Ferrari's epic fail. Here's to Charles Leclerc, with 8 wins to his name, 46 podiums, but no title to claim. With Hamilton in red, your star's starting to fade. Lord Percival's trophy, just a country serenade.
Bajo luces de neón y gritos de motores, ella es la guardiana, sueños de velocidad. Con school y vuelo alienígena en la casa, es la calma en la tormenta, nuestra guía sin igual. André a su lado, leal y fuerte, su amor ha corrido desde siempre, pero la hermandad guarda en su pecho, con cada risa su amor es derecho. Oh, Death Queen, corazón del clan, con cada lágrima levanta los miedos, arrasa el plan. Su voz suave, tu luz sin fin, alfombrosa por reina en el confín. Oh, Death Queen, sombras en júbilo, eres la reina de nuestro equipo de simulación. Será tímida, pero no su orgullo. Mira su school y hambre en el del tumulto. Mira silencio, ruge en la pista, en cada circuito, en cada conquista. Giros de medianoche al alba primera, ella está ahí sosteniendo la bandera. Ningún choque profundo, ninguna curva ancla, con su espíritu subimos la cima. Oh, Death Queen, corazón del clan, con cada lágrima levanta los miedos, arrasa el plan. Su voz suave, tu luz sin fin, alfombrosa por reina en el confín. Oh, Death Queen, sombras en júbilo, eres la reina de nuestro equipo de simulación. Solo una fan, nacida de un legado, en tormentas de F1 su calor nos ha guiado. Feroz e invisible, manteniendo la línea, por siempre monarca, nuestra Death Queen divina. Oh, Death Queen, corazón del clan, con cada lágrima levanta los miedos, arrasa el plan. Su voz suave, tu luz sin fin, alfombrosa por reina en el confín. Oh, Death Queen, sombras en júbilo, eres la reina de nuestro equipo de simulación. Sí, oh, Death Queen, eres la reina de nuestro equipo de simulación.
Let me spin you a tale about a race car driver, George Russell by name. He's quick on the track, but don't get too excited, cause when it comes to greatness, well, he's not quite knighted. He's good, but not that great. Oh George, he's got the speed, but not the fate. Oh George, he looks like Woody from Toy Story, that's no lie. And when the race goes wrong, oh how that boy can cry. He's got the helmet, he's got the car, but when it comes to win, he's not quite up to par. He's got the look like Woody with a cowboy hat, but when he's in the pit, you'll see him shed a tear stack. Now don't get me wrong, he's got some skill, but when you're talking about the best, he's not in that mill. He'll race you hard, give you quite the fright, but in the end he's more known for his tears at night. He's good, but not that great. Oh George, he's got the speed, but not the fate. Oh George, he looks like Woody from Toy Story, that's no lie. And when the race goes wrong, oh how that boy can cry. So here's to George, with his heart on his sleeve. In the world of Formula One, he's got a lot to achieve. He might not be the champ, but he sure is fun. So let's give a cheer for George, our Woody on the run. He's good, but not that great. Oh George, he's got the speed, but not the fate. Oh George, he looks like Woody from Toy Story, that's no lie. And when the race goes wrong, oh how that boy can cry. So here's to George, with his heart on his sleeve. In the world of Formula One, he's got a lot to achieve. He might not be the champ, but he sure is fun. So let's give a cheer for George, our Woody on the run.
Daniil came roaring, a Russian with a spark. Toro Rosso's fire lit up the track in the dark. Promised Red Bull's big seat, he flew in 2015. But Sochi's crash sent him down, Max stole the dream. Back to Toro he went with the "we'll call you lie." Twice they cut him loose, left him high and dry. Helmet's cold handshake, Christian sideways grin. Daniil kept fighting, but the deck was stacked to win. Red Bull's wings, they lift you up, then crash you to the ground. Promise seats and glory, but then lies keep spinning around. From Daniil clip their wings. Red Bull's wings, they lift you up, then crash you to the ground. Promise seats and glory, but then lies keep spinning it around. From Daniel to Pierre, Alex and more, they fell. Red Bull's driver graveyard, where dreams go to 12. Brendan waited 9 years for a shot to shine, but Torch chewed him up, spit him out by design. Liam got 2 races, thought he'd earned his place. Red Bull said, back to Bulls, you're losing this race. Carlos got a loan out, never saw Red Bull again. Now he's winning elsewhere, leaving helmet in pain. They dangle that seat like a carrot on a string, but when you reach for glory, you're left with nothing but sting. Red Bull's wings, they lift you up, then crash you to the ground. Promise seats and glory, but them lies keep spinning around. From Daniel Pierre, Alex and more, they fell. Red Bull's driver graveyard, where dreams go to dwell. So here's to the drivers who fought through the pain. Daniel, Pierre, and Alex rising up again. Red Bull's got its titles, but these boys paid the cost. In the dust of melting keys, their dreams ain't fully lost.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to NFR. Welcome back to SAFRL on a Tuesday night. We've just gone past 8 p.m. Means it's time to go. And if you're looking at your screens, well, we're speaking about it in the comments section, and it came true. Can't blame that one on a commentator's curse. I didn't say a word. I may have put in a rain emoji. Hopefully that's not on me. Of course, that is your calendar. We are in round 10. In Zandvoort in reverse. Of course, 2 rounds to go after this one. Next week we do Zandvoort the right way around, and then we end things off in Monza. Drivers' Championship as things stand. Spikes 157 points ahead of Wheeze on 146 points. Cantustar 110. And Panda still very much in the conversation on 98 points. Not quite sure what happened with the constructors, but it seems like the last team was cut off. It's green, so I'm assuming it's Aston Martin. Can't tell you how many points they have because, well, it's cut off. Mercedes 181. Williams 181, McLaren 180, Red Bull 150. Everything to play for in the Constructors' Championship. 4 teams very much in it. The action on the race circuit. A lot of cars out on outlaps. 2 cars choosing to remain in the safety of their pit garages. Of course, the drivers will have a better indication than me here in the comms box as to what this weather is doing as far as the rest of the session goes. Track could be drying up, possibly. That means all of these lap times will be irrelevant because the track is going to get so much faster. Or we'll be getting a lot more rain, which means these laps are the all-important ones. The track will only get slower. One of the things you'll notice in a wet qualifying session is that the guys go about it a little differently. They tend to put in a bit of extra fuel and do multiple laps rather than just the out lap, quick lap, in lap. Usually the guys putting in absolute fumes in the car, but with the lower degradation of the intermediate tire, guys choose to put in some extra fuel, get used to the racetrack and do 3 or 4 laps rather than one flyer. Sugar Bear, the first driver to go over the line with a 118.1, setting the first benchmark. Of course, not a lot to go by when it comes to these reverse circuits. So we have to wait as the session goes on to see if it's a good lap or not. 118.1 to clear of the field so far. His teammate briefly goes up into P2 with a 118.3. He's immediately beaten by Lam Royale, also at 18.3. Just like I said on Sunday we also had a reverse venue. We did reverse Silverstone, and as I mentioned on Sunday, drivers just don't do a lot of laps of these reverse circuits in comparison to the normal circuits on the calendar. That means even the quickest drivers in the field are going to be a little bit rusty. If they haven't been doing their practice in reverse, well then how many of them have been doing practice in the rain? I think this is unknown territory for a lot of the drivers. A lot of these drivers would have never seen this layout in the rain. So even if the rain continues to fall like this, doesn't get any lighter, doesn't get any harder, I still think these lap times will come down considerably, because not only will the drivers get more confident in these conditions, they're simply learning the circuit. For a lot of these guys, they're learning the circuit. Still have 3 drivers looking to make lap times. We have a caution in sector 2 and 3. 2 McLarens. Of the 3 cars yet to set a lap time. McLaren coming under pressure. Robin also looking for his first lap time. He's only on an out lap. Blade has retired. I think that was the yellow we saw. We saw a car in the background. The Blade has retired from the session. 18.2. Rather an 18.3. Good for now. P7. Like I said, these guys are going to get quicker. They are going to get more confident. Unfortunately for Blade, there's absolutely nothing he can do to improve on that lap time. So the drivers behind find improvements. He's just going to find himself falling like a pebble. You're looking at the Sauber of Andre, currently good enough for P10 and 18.5. You can see he's one of those drivers to do multiple laps on the same set of tires. You can see a lot of the drivers doing that. Virus, Martin, Smurf, Top Gun, Boinkies, Andre, Panda, Pantry Star, Lam Royale, all of those drivers on multiple laps. Things work a little differently in the wet. Riding with Andre, and he just lit up Sector 1 in purple. I don't know if you saw that. What can he do for the rest of the lap? Right on board with him. conditions look pretty similar to what they were in the beginning of the session. Of course, the drivers will know better than me. For us, it all looks the same. For the drivers, the moment things start to lighten up, you start to feel a bit of extra grip. Get a little braver, a little bit more confident, and as that time ticks down, you fear the retirement even less. Just boosts that bravery. Two Selbers doing really well so far. 4 and 5 for Andre and Sugar Bear. Jonas, the quickest man so far, a 1:16. The only driver in the 16s, a 16:4. Spike's the next best, 17:7. Then another 17:7 by Warlock. 17:8 by Andre. Very, very close between those three. Interestingly enough, Jonas has come into the pits after that initial run. Why I say it's interesting, he's sitting stationary in the pits, but he has chosen to put on a set of soft tyres. I think he's pretty comfortable with that lap. He's going to put on a set of soft tyres and just wait to see if these raindrops calm down. And maybe go for something flashy at the end. Welcome to Dixie Killer in the comment section. Good to have you on the stream. Welcome to Revolution. Good to see so many of you in the comment section. And look how many there are on circuit. We don't have a busy comment section because we have a quiet racetrack. We have a very, very busy racetrack. 20 drivers showing up for the reverse circuit. Tends to be a little less popular among the guys. Tonight, everyone's showing up. Jonas, he is on an outlap with the slick tyre. I was going to say he's the only driver to do that, but he's not the only driver to do that. We have Smurf down in P16, Harsh Cartoon in P18. Both of those cars are on outlaps. Both of those cars are on softs. This is the driver we want to watch. This is Jonas. He's at the top of the field. He's got a 16.4. He's 9/10 of a second faster than anyone in the field. He's going to be the first one to give these softs a go. There appears to be a lot of raindrops falling. Touches the grass there on the outside and backs off immediately. But can't be too great. Dutch GP made its debut in the F1 calendar in F1's debut year, 1950. Of course, not spoken about as much as Monza and Silverstone because Zandvoort was not the Dutch GP in 1950 and 1951, as well as 1951 and 1950, 1951 and 1952. The Dutch GP was not a championship event. Just back then, we had championship events on the calendar and non-championship events on the calendar. A lot of drivers chose not to race in the non-championship events. I think Kyalami itself, maybe it wasn't Kyalami, maybe it's still East London. I think East London was a non-championship event for 5 or 6 years. Of course, today, no such thing. Formula One has become way too expensive. Have what could be thought of as a fancy practice session. Jonas did return to the pits on that set of soft tyres, so that suggests to me it's not working. Harsh Cartoon's gone up into P10. He has done 1 lap on those softs. Smurf has done a lap on the softs. He did not improve, stayed in P17. Question is now, does the track get better? There's still 5 minutes in the session. I'll tell you what, raindrops do seem to be lightening. The track does look drier. I say we're not in the cockpit, we don't know. When you're in the car, you're gonna go oopsie, there's supposed to be grip there, then you know it's wet. In the comms box, really don't know. This Warlock, one of the 2 RBs, he's still on that set of intermediate tyres. 4 laps now on the set of intermediate tyres. He has not been tempted onto the slick, not just yet. A lot of drivers now on the slick tyre. This is going to be a very, very interesting end to the qualifying session, because what happens in a scenario like this, the track is going to improve in leaps and bounds. We're not talking about tenths of a second. We could be potentially talking about seconds. So this entire timesheet could flip. Only a few minutes to go. And that means if your final run doesn't go according to plan, well, you're going to start very far back in a very big field, around a complicated circuit. J-Boy goes to the top of the field with a 15.2, and that was on a set of soft tyres, so there's your confirmation. The track has flipped to the slick tyre. J-Boy fastest, 20, that's a 15.2 rather. Andre second best, 15.9, that was on a set of inters. That tells me the track's right in the middle. It's right on the edge where the intermediates are still working and where the slicks are starting to work. Decisions need to be made. 3 minutes to go. Does Andre stay out on these inters, do a few more laps, go to the end of the session, or is he going to come into the pits, put on a set of softs and have another go? Currently second best on a set of inters. And a lot of soft runners still behind that Salbo, so if he does have an improvement on the slicks, well, he could be looking at front row or even better, pole position. It begs the question, is that really Andre? Is that Death Queen in P2? She went awfully quiet just as qualifying began. You're looking at one of the 2 Aston Martins, Robin. Remember what I said earlier about Blade, 18.3 at the time of his retirement. It was good enough for P7. Said the track was going to get better and he was going to fall like a pebble. Look at that, down in P18 now. If those 2 behind him are able to get an improvement, they're both on outlaps on soft tyres. It means Blade will be rear of the field if they're both able to find improvements. They really wouldn't need to find much. Essa getting out of the way there. Essa now the quickest. Martin de Bruin P2, Top Gun P3, Virus P4, J-Boy. That time was good enough for pole position not so long ago, 15.2. Look how quickly things change. 15.2, fastest time, 11.8. J-Boy. We were just talking about his previous time. It was a 15. Well, he's just done an 11, and that's the track coming to life. Essa was in P1 moments ago. He's now down in P3 because J-Boy set a blistering lap, an 11.8. And look at Harsh Cartoon. An 11.8 of his own goes up onto the front row. This is what happens in qualifying sessions like this, and this is why I love them. This is why they're so exciting. You can always get a few surprises. Some of the top guns just get it wrong on that final run. 11.4, time's getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Virus now goes to the top of the field. Going to be a Williams Ferrari front row if things were to finish this way. Spikes goes quicker, first driver into the 10s. Said when the track went dry it wouldn't be tenths of a second, it would be seconds. And look at that. We went from 18s to 15s to 11s, and now we're into the 10s. We're going to see a 109 before this is over. Checker flag has come out already for some of the drivers. Of course, if you got over the line before that checker flag, you're going to be able to finish your lap. If you're in the pits, well, then you're done. We're looking at Spikes. He's done one lap on those softs. He still does have a lot of battery to play with, so I wonder if this is a second flyer. If it is a second flyer, he's going to be one of the last drivers to go over the finish line, and in a session like this, that is perfect. But he comes into the pits, no improvement on the cards. Smurf P6, Virus P11. $11.4 for Virus. I remember calling that out not so long ago. A Williams Ferrari front row. Well, not anymore. Those two drivers are in 12th and 13th. That is a wet to dry quali session, and it's perfect. Now the next question has to be, what does that weather mean for the race? Quick rundown of qualifying. Jonas takes pole position from Lam Royale. It's going to be a Ferrari Red Bull front row. Then Spikes in P3, Sugar Bear P4. We got Maori All Black P5, Lebby P6, Smurf P7, Pantry Star P8, Warlock P9, and Panda makes up the top 10. A lot of names outside the top 10. SAFRL, followed by Virus, J-Boy, Boinkies, Harsh Cartoon, Top Gun, Martin, Robin, Andre, and Blade. There we go. I said moments ago, what is that weather going to mean for the race? And well, that's given us more questions than answers. Seems like tarmac is dry, but the sky looks slightly concerned. A lot of cloud about. Don't see any blue. I mean, we're going to get rain in the race. Could come late in the race. Could come very, very early in the race. Potential havoc. Now the drivers just doing their final preparations for the race, deciding what tire to start on, what strategy. Is it a one-stop? Is it a two-stop? What do you predict from the race? Of course, the last time we were here in Zandvoort, hope I'm not getting it wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Zandvoort. Reverse of Zandvoort, we had a safety car triggered on the exit of turn 1 of lap 1. Hopefully, none of that. Formation lap will give us an opportunity to run down the field with a little bit more time. Jonas, of course, top of the field, followed by Lam Royale. We got Spikes and Sugar Bear 3 and 4, Maori All Black 5, Lebby P6. Then we got Smurf P7, Pantry Star P8. And then Warlock and Panda 9 and 10. Lots of work for the drivers outside the top 10. Danforth not the easiest to pass on, but in reverse brings something different. SAP11 followed by Virus and J-Boy. Those two were at the top of the field if qualifying had just ended a minute earlier. Then we've got Poinkies 14, Oshkot Doon 15, Top Gun P16, then Martin, Robin, Andre, and Blade. I can't say that name without thinking of Wesley Snipes. That's why it always comes out as Blade. Drivers now lining up for the final time. Warlock, DSQ, don't get too worried about that. Just means he didn't get his parking spot on. He's going to be pushed back slightly in his box. Gonna wait for the 5 red lights. You know the drill. They'll come on one after the other. When we've got 5, there'll be a pause. When they go off, we will go off. Red Bull versus Ferrari versus McLaren into turn 1. More importantly, who comes out of turn 1? Jonas leads the way from Spikes. Keep our eyes on that timesheet. Doesn't appear for anybody to be falling through the timesheet. I think we cut through that corner relatively unscathed. Jonas leads the way from Spikes. 0.4 of a second is the gap. Then Lam Royale P3. Have a caution in Sector 1, and hopefully that's all it will be. Smurf in P4, Sugar Bear P5, Maori All Black P6. And Lebby Warlock, he's made up a few positions. Pantry Star P9, Panda P10. Green flying all over the circuit. Drivers using the full extent of the racetrack and a little beyond. Panda briefly looked like he was lining up. Pantry Star thought better of it. Long way to go in this race. Don't want to make any silly moves early on, lose a wing, find yourself making a pit stop you don't want to make. Coming out in excess of 20 seconds behind the field. The last thing you want to do is have an early pit stop in the race and have a wing change. With Jonas in for Skull, I believe it is. Pick up some points for Ferrari if he continues in this vein. Much needed points for Ferrari this season. Bring up that Constructors' Championship again. Wasn't even really aware of how close it is, but look at that. After 10 rounds, well, this is round 10. Mercedes 181, Williams 181, McLaren 180. 1 point covers the top 3 teams in the Constructors' Championship after 9 rounds. Don't count out Red Bull, 150 points. Well, that can be reversed very quickly. A 1-2 at 44 points. And that lead can be taken down to nothing. All you need is a good day for one team and a bad day for another. We're looking at the midfield, a very, very busy midfield. This is Panda. Got himself stuck behind a Williams and just ahead of an Alpine. Most frustrating place to be in a sandwich. At least if you're just attacking a driver, you can just focus on that driver, focus on attacking him, look for his weaknesses. When you're trying to attack And at the same time, keep an eye on the mirror because somebody's trying to do the same thing to you. And get a little frustrating after a few laps. Top 3 drivers remain the same. I think Spikes did make a position on Lam Royale. Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull now the order. We have Smurf in P4. Got 4 drivers very, very close together at this stage of the race. We have our first break in the field. Sugar Bear down in P5 with a slight queue behind him. Maori All Black, Levy, Warlock, all looking for a way past the Sauber driver. Joint Pantry Star just in time to watch him getting attacked. Red Bull gets through, nicely done, very nicely done. Every time there's a successful move like that, you need to remember it's not only well done to the attacking driver, it's also well done to that defensive driver because it takes both of them to make that overtake work. Otherwise things can end in tears. Jonas still out front, 0.6 of a second between him and the McLaren. We have a gap starting to form down to Lam Royale in P3. And at the start, Jonas from P1, still in P1, hasn't given that position up. Spikes has made up a position. Lam Royale's lost 1. Smurf, he's had a good start, picked up 3 positions. One of 2. Marsh Cartoon made up 4 spots and Blade made up 4 spots. Got a caution in Sector 1 and it's more than a caution. Look at what's coming out of the pit exit. Boys and girls, welcome to another Zandvoort reverse safety car. This last time we were at Zandvoort in reverse, we had 4 safety cars, if I'm not mistaken, and 1 virtual. We also had quite the handful of penalties still early on in the race, so we haven't seen any of those yet. But an early safety car, well, it throws strategies out the window, and it's so frustrating for the quick drivers out front. Have all the pace in the world to run away at the front, run away with the race. But if you're having these constant safety cars, it makes it impossible to build up that gap. And every time there's a safety car restart, there is a chance of a turn 1 disaster. You're one of the quicker drivers in the field. You want as little restarts as possible. And in the best case scenario, when they start to finish, no safety car race. There are 1 or 2 blue patches in the sky. Still lots and lots of cloud cover. Sure what the weather will do as the race goes on. There's still 30 laps to go. Everyone getting a little bit quiet there in the comment section. This is when the comment section should be talking the most. It's a safety car. An early safety car. The worst kind of safety car. I enjoy safety cars from a commentary perspective. I think they shake things up a little bit. I've never appreciated a safety car that comes in the first 10 laps of a race. Of course, drivers who do benefit from that, drivers who have had a terrible start to the race. In terms of mixing up the order, a little bit too early. evening to Wheeze in the commentary, not in the commentary box, in the comment section. Of course, Wheeze was with us in the comms box for SKR on Sunday night. We asked him after the race if that was the first commentary session he had. I wasn't aware. He said pretty well. That was his debut as a commentator, so not only dominating out on the race circuit, he's coming for my job. As things stand, that has shaken things up a little bit, because look who's in the lead. What happens especially to the drivers who started the race on the hards, if you get that early safety car, anybody who started on a softer compound probably going to come in, get rid of those tires. Your tire, well, you were expecting that tire to take you really, really deep into the race. Putting under safety car on lap 5. Not really what you wanted. That's what I was telling you about on Sunday, Wheeze. If you look up on the top left of your screen, you can see we're under a full safety car, but it doesn't say so. There's caution in sector 1. The few glitches in spectator mode that will probably never be fixed. Whenever they release a patch, well, it doesn't tend to include spectator mode. If they break something during the year, it tends to stay that way. We have had our restart. We did not get a confirmation, but we have had our restart. Still says caution in sector 1. That will go away shortly. Sugar Bear, 7-lap-old hard tires. He's at the front for now, but for how much longer can he stay at the front? Of course, those hard tires still have a lot of life in them. They still have a long way to go. Now you've got some very, very quick drivers on fresh tires. They're hungry, want the overtakes, and they're probably going to be a little impatient. Big lock up by the Sauber that's going to let the Ferrari come right up on the back of that neon green car. Of course, we will lose that livery next season. Expecting something silver. Something silver with a touch of red. Royale, he's just made an overtake, has he? Yes, he has. He's got past Spikes. He's now up into P4. What am I looking at? I'm not even sure what I'm looking at. Royale, on a set of soft tires, he's going to have the best traction out of anybody there, anyone in the field really. He's the only soft runner in the field, currently in P4. Going to let him stay with the top 3, but when those tires fall off, it's bluff. And we saying that part of the lockups are a glitch in the game. Jonas sets the quickest lap of the race to 1:12. That's a new set of medium tyres. Lap 10 of 56. Royale in P3. That means he's cleared the McLaren as well. There we go. McLaren's behind him now. Chrome McLaren of Spikes. Royale will set off the Sugar Bear. However, that should be falling down the field really. 9-lap-old hards. the drivers on 9-lap old tyres, Levy and Virus, also choosing not to pit under the safety car, but they're on a set of mediums, so they're probably due for a pit stop. Blade and Smurf, the two Haas drivers, running in sync, 7 and 8, both on a set of hard tyres. Two different strategies, one 4 laps old, the other 9 laps old. Martin P9, the second Ferrari of J-Boy. He's asking, what do I think of the new indie game? I've got to be honest, I didn't know there was an announcement about an IndyCar game. If you care to share more details in the comment section, let me know. Is that a PC exclusive? Is that something that's coming to console? And who's making it? Hopefully not EA. A lot of people think of IndyCar and F1 as similar because of the way the car looks and the open cockpit and the single-seater. Two very, very different formats. People think oval racing is as simple as turn left, turn left, turn left. It's a very different art of racing. Being made by iRacing apparently, so I'm assuming that will be a PC-only release. Because they'll be releasing on PC and console. Well, that will be fun. Look at that. Do actually enjoy oval racing very much. Of course, IndyCar expanding their calendar in 2026. Going to be visiting COTA as well. That'll be a layout you'll be familiar with. I assure you, an IndyCar around COTA feels somewhat different than a Formula One car around COTA. The lap record around COTA in an IndyCar, because they did visit COTA previously before the event got cancelled because of, we all know what happened in 2020. It is making its return, but previously, I think it was the 2019 pole position in Indy versus the 2019 pole position for Lewis Hamilton that same year. I think there was a difference of 30 seconds in the lap time. IndyCar, very different. Look that up. That is somewhere on YouTube. You can look it up. It's a side-by-side of Lewis Hamilton's pole position lap. An IndyCar around the same circuit. Pretty much arrive at turn 1 at the same time. The moment they hit the S's, the downforce on that Formula One car becomes very evident. A few years ago, I think it was in the late 90s, early 2000s, there were a lot of disagreements within the IndyCar paddock, and it caused a split in the IndyCar Championship. Of course, you had the IndyCar Championship, and you had what was known as the Kart Championship. All very confusing because the IndyCar we know today is, well, it's a former car championship. At car championship, they had different ideas to Indy. They wanted to expand. They wanted to go worldwide. For a while they did. They added a Japanese Grand Prix. They added an Australian Grand Prix. And little of you will know they were interested in adding a South African race, and a circuit was even built for it. Unfortunately, today that circuit is in ruins and has been abandoned. That is the oval that goes around Kapisa. It was built for Indy and NASCAR events that never arrived. Also including Indy NXT. Like we says, that is basically the Formula 2 of IndyCar. Of course, in 1992, Nigel Mansell eventually won his first world title. I say eventually because driver had a lot of bad luck. We're under safety car, so I might as well ramble. Had a lot of bad luck through the 80s, got close to a championship so many times. Eventually Williams had enough. They had already decided to terminate his contract. Then they realized, oh darn, this guy's about to win the championship. So at the end of the 1992 season, Nigel Mansell found himself with a world championship and no seat. So he famously went over to Indy for the 1993 season. And of course, in that 1993 season, he won the IndyCar Championship on debut. Won his debut race on the Gold Coast of Australia. The pole position for that race. It went from Formula 1 domination to Indy domination, and he is the only driver to have held the Formula 1 title and the Indy title at the same time. Only for about 2 or 3 months there was an overlap. Under another safety car, that means all the drivers into the pits doing their swaps. Spikes leads the way. 10-lap old hard tires. All the hard tires you see there on 10 laps, well, those are drivers who made pit stops under the first safety car. And now these hard tires just haven't done their job yet, so they couldn't take advantage of the second safety car because it's not time to pit. You have to stay out there, hold on to track position, and things become very difficult. Spikes was once in a race with Jonas. Now things have flipped. Jonas P2, brand new set of hards. Spikes P1, 10-lap old hards. From what was a neck-and-neck battle, things have changed. Safety cars do. One safety car can mix things up. More than one safety car, all hell can break loose. Quiet. Maybe I missed it, but what sort of... there we go, I've just read it. Second half of 2026. Sounds far away. It's really not. The other day we started season 12 and season 12 is coming to an end. What you see in most leagues is as the season goes on, attendance tends to drop. See a bit of a sad attendance for those last few rounds. Not here at SAFRL. Look at this. Round 10 of 12. 20 drivers started the race. Unfortunately, we had the one DNF. I'm not sure what triggered the second safety car. Maori All Black triggered the first. We're saying it's in the bag for Jonas if this is the final safety car. Not Can we making any predictions on safety cars? Last time we were in Zandvoort, in Zandvoort reverse in particular, we had a safety car triggered on the exit of turn 1, lap 1. We did get further this time. We got to lap 5, I think it was. This is the second. Last time we were here for Zandvoort reverse, we had 4. Keep that trend going. Well, then we've got 2 to go. If car does pull off into the distance, that means we're going to get a restart. Spikes versus Jonas versus Smurf versus Warlock. Jonas, the only driver in that top 4 with brand new tyres. He's going to get superior grip on the restart, and he's going to be able to attack. Once those tyres come up to temperature. Going to have that higher life advantage. It's going to become very evident very quickly. Look at that, some side-by-side action. Great helicopter shots. Wish we could control when we get the helicopter shot. That is game random. We don't know when we're going to get it, but it's probably the best camera angle in the game. Gives you a great view of the circuit. And in a situation like this, 5, 6, 7 cars in a frame, you get to see a little bit of everything. Back to normal broadcast cam. McLaren from Jonas. 0.2 of a second, nothing in it. Let's ride on board with the Ferrari. That's what you would see from his perspective. Look at that. Gets close, but you don't want to get too close because you're going to lose your front wing. Spikes versus Jonas. All he needs to do is be patient. On a much better tyre than the driver ahead of him. Of course, the drivers don't necessarily know. They're asking their little Jeff mechanic. They didn't know driver ahead is on older tyres, so he might be fighting for the lead, not knowing. Really doesn't need to. Car squirms there, the McLaren looking for traction. Perfect opportunity for the Ferrari. No defense really. And Spikes accepts the demotion. Goes down into P2. What happened to Virus? I see Virus is at the rear of the field. They're 52 seconds adrift. That was after the safety car. Had a spin the race circuit. Brand new set of tyres, so that tells me he's come into the pits, must have had some wing damage. And that'll explain about 25 of those 30 seconds. Jonas versus Spikes. Lamb Royale, he's fallen back in P3. 2.4 seconds adrift from those top 2. Can't keep them in his grasp. Then he's got Smurf and Warlock just behind him. Blade also very much in the battle. Pantry Star, Big Q starting to form just behind Smurf. Panda now leaves the session. He comes into the pits and leaves the session. I wonder if that is a retirement in the pits. This does happen sometimes, very unfortunately in this game. You'll get a disconnect. The car will then ghost, drive around the circuit slowly, hopefully that you can get back in, but sometimes that car does some pretty weird stuff, and by the time you get back in it, it's done unnecessary pit stops, it's done all sorts of things. I've even seen AI cars picking up penalties on behalf of drivers. A lot of you watching, but only 50% of you have hit like. Remember to hit a like on the video if you're enjoying the broadcast, if you enjoy the content. Got Wheeze in the I'm getting them mixed up. It's not in the commentary box. It's in the comments section. Of course, we're looking forward to having him back in the commentary box. Of course, the invitation is open. The invitation is open to anyone watching. Anyone who enjoys sim racing, anyone who enjoys racing and wants to commentate on the events. Come and join me. Come and be a guest commentator. Contact me on Discord. I'm a little bit slow on Discord. I don't check it every 5 minutes, but I guarantee you I will reply. Contact me in Discord if you're interested. And we can get you in here like we got Weez in here on Sunday. As I told Weez on Sunday, the door is always open. This battle continues. Spikes versus Jonas. I thought it was all over when Jonas got past because of that tire life. 6-lap-old hards versus 16-lap-old hards. Thought it would be pretty easy for the Ferrari to run off into the distance, but that has not happened. 0.6 of a second is the gap, and Spike is doing a fantastic job to hold on to that Ferrari with a much older set of tires. With so many laps to go, there is no more safety cars in this race. Spike is surely going to have to pit, and Jonas could surely take these tires to the end. Could he take it to the end? I think even that's a bit of a stretch. Further down in the field, Warlock, he's been on the move. I think he started down in P10, so P5, good position for him. Made up 5 positions since the start of the race. Smurf in P6. He's not in P6 anymore. Goes up the inside, and that's a big crash. Didn't see any contact on the screen. Didn't see any contact on the screen, but the RB went wide, found the wall on the banked turn 1. Usually it's the banked final corner. It's now the banked turn 1, and Warlock sees the end of his race, and we see the start of a 3rd safety car. Now after the race, I've got to go look up that IndyCar game. Quite excited for that, actually. McLaren, a team that's dominating F1 right now. McLaren also does very well on the IndyCar circuit. Wouldn't it be nice to be Zach Brown? Of course, many people think Zach Brown is team principal at McLaren. He's not. He's the CEO, which means he goes to Indy events, he goes to F1 events. When they overlap, he tends to go to the F1 event. But imagine having to choose between going to the Indy 500 or Monte Carlo, because they're on the same day, and you have to make a choice. Poor guy. This weekend, Formula One does return. We go to this circuit. It's not going to be doing it in this direction. Formula One was on its summer break, finally makes its return. Turn to Zandvoort. Track which Max Verstappen has dominated, and a circuit which was won last year by Lando Norris, if I'm not mistaken. Be absolutely no development on the cars in that summer break. Everybody has to shut down, so Don't expect any upgrade. Be interesting to see how things play out this weekend. As for this race, we are under safety car. Jonas leads the way. Did not utilize the safety car for a pit stop. He's got 9 lap hold hards. Driver that did jump into the pits was Spike. He had the aging hard tyre. He's come in, put on a set of mediums. Only 11 laps to go. I think it's going to take those mediums right to the end if we don't have any more stoppages in the race. Everybody doing a fantastic job so far. Just 4 penalties in the field, just 2 retirements. And what is a really tricky circuit. I've done this circuit in reverse and I can tell you it's definitely not something I want to do again anytime soon. Silverstone in reverse, not too bad. Austria in reverse, love it. This place in reverse, I don't even like it the right way round. Safety car pulls off into the distance for the 3rd time this evening. We're going to have 3rd restart this evening. Jonas, now he'd love these safety cars to just disappear for the end of the race so he can get on with what he knows he can do. He's got the speed. The man who's been matching him in lap time is now stuck down in P6. He's got a fresh set of mediums. He wants to come through that field, and he wants to come through that field as quickly as he can. He can see the Ferrari he was once racing, just a mere dot down the road now. And that dot will soon start to disappear if he doesn't make these overtakes. You're not going to get the best out of your softer tyre if you're stuck behind drivers with old tyres. He makes the first of those overtakes, moves up from P6 to P5. By demoting Boinkies. Spikes. His next target is Martin de Bruyn, that's Mercedes. And look at that, all the grip in the world, puts it up the inside, made it look easy. Not sure if Martin ran wide or if that was all about grip, but Spikes easily now up into the top 4. Next target, pink target up the road, the Alpine of Levy. Another interesting development, I think. If you're interested in F1 news, obviously you already know the news about Cadillac signing Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas, 2 former race winners. Be a very, very experienced team, but the reason I bring it up, everybody knew about the Cadillac announcement unless you've been under a rock. The reason I bring it up is that Alpine offered Perez a seat for 2026. He turned it down in favor of Cadillac. They then turned around and offered that same seat to Valtteri Bottas, and he turned it down in favor of Cadillac. Do those 2 very experienced drivers know something we don't? Find out in 2026. There was a time in Formula 1 you used to see new teams all the time. Formula 1 tightened that up sometimes teams are joining Formula One not fully understanding the economics of Formula One and then falling out of the championship within a season, sometimes not even making up a season. That's when Formula One closed the taps and made it a lot more difficult to start a team. That's why we haven't seen many new entries. So last time we had a whole bunch of entries. I think the field went up to 24 cars. We've got the addition of Marussia, Caterham, and Espana Racing. Yes, that was a team. Espana Racing. It's the team that gave Danny Ricciardo his debut. Many think it was Toro Rosso or Red Bull. No, it was not. As well as for Vettel, his debut drive was also not in a Toro Rosso. It was in a BMW. Salbo BMW. Rosberg got his start at Williams. Of course, Fernando Alonso, well, he got his start at a team that no longer exists in name. It still exists in spirit. Started his career at Minardi, that is today what we know as the RB team. Jonas still ahead. Spikes, what a job he's done. Remember, he came into the pits, he had those aging hards, needed to get rid of them. Probably starting to think, what's going to happen, when do I come in? Then the safety car came out at an optimal time. Came in, got rid of the tyres, but that meant he had to come out in P6 and come through the traffic. All the while, Jonas had free air at the front to run away. But Spikes has made up all of those positions. He's in P2 and he's got the Ferrari in his sights. We don't get the notification, so we've missed it again. Boys and girls, said last time we were in Zandvoort, we got 4 safety cars. We're in Zandvoort again, and you wouldn't believe it, we've got 4 safety cars. This calls into question again, what do you do? Every time there's a safety car, you throw the strategy out the window. Roll the dice. Do I stay out? Hold on to track position. Go in. Get fresh tires. Decision you need to make quickly. It's the decision that right now could be detrimental. Stay out on the old tire. You could find yourself in a lot of trouble in the closing stages of the race. You choose to come in, and find yourself at the rear of the field. Because this field hasn't been able to spread out much since the last safety car. Let's stop now. I mean, a demotion down to P17. As you can see, there we go around the pit entry. Nobody really choosing to pit. I think we saw a Mercedes going in. That was Martin de Bruin. That's the only driver choosing to come into the pits. Everybody else going around. See there, as I said, Martin just falling to the rear of the field. The field is just so close together. Usually it takes a lap or 2 for the field to form and you can still make that pit stop. The previous safety car, so recent in our memories, these cars didn't get a chance to spread out. Utilize the next safety car for a pit stop, fall to the rear of the field. There he is, Martin, P17. However, we haven't spoken about too much tonight. Andre down in P15. So not too much of a fan of this layout. We know he can be a very quick driver in one of two scenarios. And he really likes the circuit, or when things just go his way. In a race like this, for safety cars, sometimes things can go your way. Other times it can make things so much worse. Lap 31 of 36 and the safety car pulls off into the distance. I'm gonna say it again for what will hopefully be the final restart of the evening. Jonas backs up the field. He decides when to go, and I think he's decided to go. Here we go, over the line. Jonas from Spikes. Half a second is the gap as they go over the start-finish line and into turn 1. 8-lap-old mediums versus 16-lap-old hards. It may come down to which one of those compounds falls off the cliff first. And if they don't fall off the cliff, we've got a race on our hands. Oh, and will you look at that, for the first time in a long time. It says what it says. Last time we were here, we got 4. Tonight, not so long ago, I was saying, we got 4. Don't have 4 anymore, folks. We're up to 5. 5 safety cars in just 32 laps. I don't think it'll be a long one, probably 2 laps behind the safety car. The field is very close together from the last one. That'll probably give us a 2 or 3 lap sprint to the end, but at least it puts us in the safe territory that we can't have any more of these. If Visor was here, he'd be spamming well. Speaking of Visor, look who's in P5. You went and made yourself a cup of tea, and you came back and you thought to yourself, wow, this is a long safety car. No, we got a safety car triggered on the restart from the previous safety car. That's basically a double safety car. So do we call it safety car 4.5 or safety car 5? Not quite sure. Either way, was raring to go again. Someone at the rear of the field trying to catch up. 2 cars at the rear of the field. It's a Red Bull and a McLaren. So I might allow 1 more lap, give us the 34 or 36, and then give us 2 racing laps at the end. Imagine that. 20 minutes of qualifying, sometimes even before that. Guys will be doing a bit of practice prior to the race, then 20 minutes of qualifying, then 32 laps of racing. And it would all come down to the final 2 laps. Everything that has happened prior to this means nothing. Gaps are close. Time remaining is very little. And in situations like this, risk tends to go out the window. Boinkies in P6, what a great result that would be for him, but he's on a set of 19-lap-old hard tyres. Got Smurf behind him on an aging set of softs. Blade and Sugar Bear, slightly newer soft. Boinkies will be defend. For these final few laps, there'll be nothing about sprint race for him. For him, it will be defense, watching his mirrors. Don't know how much ground he intends to make with 10-lap-old soft. Or the 19-lap-old hard. Looking at the wrong column. Jonas. pole position. Came out of turn 1 in the lead. Never really gave up the lead. And even through 5 safety cars, 4 restarts, soon to be 5, maintained his lead, maintained his position, his composure and his consistency. And that's why he's going to be leading the championship. Jonas from Spikes, from Levy, from Pantry Star. Don't forget about Harsh Cartoon on the soft. He's a wild card. They are aging soft. Keep your eyes on that timesheet, because things could flip very quickly. Lap 34 of 36, and we get going once again, and for the final time, the 5th restart of the evening, and Jonas leads into turn 1 for the 5th time. Spikes P2, Levy P3, Pantry Star P4, and look how they've already left the field behind. 1.3 seconds between the top 2 and P3. They've been doing it all evening. Spikes and Jonas matching each other lap after lap after lap, regardless of the compound, regardless of the age of the tire. They just match each other. Spikes just doesn't have that little bit extra to get past the Ferrari. But now, things may have swung in his direction. The Ferrari up the road, 19 lap old hards. We don't know the condition of those hards. Is the car starting to squirm around? Is Jonas looking for grip? I wish that safety car notification would go away. It's on distracting me. I assure you we are under racing conditions. There we go, it's disappeared. 35 or 36. Not long to go now. Spikes versus Jonas, as it has been throughout the race. Go around the final corner for the penultimate time. This is the final lap, lap 36 of 36. A long, long evening. 5 safety cars later, here we are. And the 2 drivers that were racing each other into turn 1 are the same 2 drivers racing each other on the final lap, and they split by 0.2 of a second. Spikes should have a grip advantage. Does he have the confidence? Goes around the outside. He should have the inside for the next corner. Does the McLaren do it? Yes, he does, and it's clean. Not sure if Ferrari's going to have the grip to come back. Lesser retired from the session, but you don't need to worry yourself with that. It's 36 of 36. No more safety cars are possible. You see there's the Ferrari just running wide. Just asking those hard tires for grip that they no longer have available. And Spike, this couldn't have gone any better. He raced Jonas as hard as he could throughout the race. Couldn't make the overtake, but he made the overtake when it counted. A little weave from both of them. Spikes over the line, Jonas over the line, P1 and 2. Fantastic finish for Levy in P3. Harsh Cartoon, well done, P4. That's an Alpine 3 and 4. Pantry Star P5. J-Boy, well, gave it a weave over the line and found the pit wall. Going to register as a DNF. So there we go, race winner, of course, Spikes right at the end there. Fastest lap goes to Jonas. Blade gets the driver of the day. Most overtakes goes to Levy. And the cleanest driver also going to Levy. There's your order. Spikes takes the race victory from Jonas. Jonas did get the fastest lap. Then you got Levy in P3. Harsh Cartoon, fantastic drive for him. That's what safety cars can do. That's what chaos can do. P4. Pantry Star P5, then you got Boinkies P6, Smurf P7, Blade P8, Virus P9, and Sugar Bear, the last driver to pick up points. No points on the night, but a valiant effort to finish the race. We got Andre P11, Martin P12, Lamriel 13, Top Gun 14, Robin 15, J-Boy 16, Panda 17. And then we've got Essa, Warlock, and Maori All Black retirements. here tonight. Well, folks, that is that. Season 12, round 10. We've got 2 rounds to go here at SAFRL. Of course, next week we return to this very same venue. We're just going to be doing it the right way around. And then in 2 weeks from now, we finish things off in Monza. Of course, as far as the Drivers' Championship goes, these are numbers to the prior race. These have not yet been updated. So Spikes was leading the championship, 157 points. He can add a little bit more to that. Of course, Wee's not taking part tonight, so he will only go down. Of course, a fantastic evening for the 2 Alpines. Look at that. Levy just 6 points in the championship. Harsh Cartoon just 18 points in the championship. Today they finished 3 and 4. Fantastic result for the Alpine team. And then as far as the constructors go, look at that. 181, 181, 180, 150. Couldn't get any closer than that. I'm actually looking forward to these points updates to see where everybody sits. Of course, now the channel goes quiet till Sunday. I want to thank everybody who joined us last Sunday, and everybody who joined us tonight. Of course, the reason we do these broadcasts are because you guys enjoy it. If you guys didn't show up, well, none of this would be possible, and none of this would have any purpose. So, of course, if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like on the video. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of music because I think you've heard enough of my rambling for one night. And I will speak to you all again on Sunday. Till then, cheers.
It's time to go. Feel the speed, let it flow. Racing hearts, watch them glow. Turn it up, start the show. NFR, feel the heat. Fast and fierce, never beat. Engines roar, can't stay off seats. Catch the thrill, it's so sweet. NFR, drama high, stars afar. Round the track like a shooting star. Feel the rush. Are you crazy? Lap by lap, watch them spin. Victory's close. Who will win? In our heads, the engine's din. NFR, let's begin. NFR, lights are green. Zooming fast, slick machine. Every twist, every scene. Catch the action on your screen. NFR.
Enjoy the
dreams collide. They'll tell you to stop, say the road's too long, but your heart keeps beating to a rebel song. Take a step, don't look below. Every scar's a story, only you will know. The weight of the world can't break your stride. You're carving your name where the stars reside. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. The ground may shake, but your roots run deep. Every fall you take is a promise you keep. The doubters will fade, their voices will break, 'cause your soul's on fire and it's yours to take. Run through the rain, chase the endless fight. Every dream you claim lights a spark in the night. The horizon's calling, it's yours to claim. A warrior's heart with a fearless flame. When the shadows call, when the nights grow cold, you'll find the strength in the tales untold. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. Stand tall when the thunder roars, break the locks, kick down the doors. Every step is a battle won, your story's just begun. Oh, let it soar, forevermore, forevermore. You can rise to the sky, touch the edge of the flame, write your heart in the light, let the world know your name. No chains can hold you, no storms too wide. You're a legend in the making when you rise to the sky. So keep on climbing, don't ever slow. The stars are waiting where the brave ones go. You'll rise to the sky. Yeah, you'll rise to the sky. A legend in the making till the end of time.
Are you crying? Are you crying?